I'm standing in a gorgeous 7-acre field of sunflowers. It's just absolutely amazing. It's just on the side of Route 15 in northern New Jersey, and everybody's stopping to take pictures, and I'm one of those everybody's. And I'm so excited because inspires me to take you back into my kitchen today and make Ani Phyo's sunflower bread. Hi, welcome to It's a High Raw Life, episode 80. I'm so excited. I'm back, new camera. I hope it works really good. So I was out at the sunflower field today, which is just this amazing sight. And standing there with all the sunflowers inspired me to run home and make Ani Phyo's sunflower bread. And let me tell you, it's so simple and it has so few ingredients. You do need a dehydrator and a food processor. But this is one of those things that when you're transitioning away from processed foods, bread is always such a struggle. Definitely for me, I want a sandwich now and then, or I want a piece of bread, and so this makes a soft bread that's really reminiscent of just like a whole grain slice of bread you get. So here's what you need. I use 3 stalks of celery. You know what? Ani Phyo came out with this awesome new book, and I don't know where the book is, but I remember this recipe, so you could probably look it up, on her website or something. But I have 1½ cups of chopped celery. I used 3 stalks. I think that was right. And I just cut it up. Probably didn't have to cut it up too much because it's going in the food processor. And I'm going to just whirl that around. Let me just tell you the 3 ingredients because it's so simple. Celery, flax meal, sunflower seeds, and a little bit of water. I'm going to pulse. Ready? So now that the celery is in super teeny tiny pieces, we'll see how good this new camera is. Very teeny tiny chopped up pieces. I'm going to put in the sunflower seeds. Okay, I'm using organic raw sunflower seeds, and I'm putting in 3 tablespoons. You could totally tweak these recipes up, put in more, put in less. I'm not going to add salt because celery is, pretty salty as it is. Okay, so I did 3, a little bit more, since it's all about the sunflowers today. And I'm going to roll that around a little bit. The next thing you want to do is put in your flax meal, okay? And then once we do that, we're going to be adding in water, just enough water to make it a wet batter, because we're going to spread it on our dehydrator tray. So I have 1½ cups of ground flax meal. It doesn't matter if you grind up brown or gold, or frankly buy the flax meal already done. You know that's not the best way to do it, but whatever, people, whatever works, right? I'm not going to tell you what I did. Now, these are brown flax seeds ground up. It'd probably be pretty with the golden ones though. I tend to use the golden ones when I'm making tortilla chips. Okay, so I'm going to blend this up. Now I did switch. I got a water filter. So now when I say that I'm using pure water, here we am. Okay, so I'm just going to add the water in until it's a wet batter. Scrape my sides down a little. And then I'll show you the next step of spreading it on, what the batter looks like, and what we have to do. Okay, so my batter is spreadable now, and I've got my dehydrator tray with the Flax sheet on it, or Paraflex sheet on it, and I'm going to spread out my batter. We're just making 1 tray of bread, okay, so then you'll know the thickness. You're going to spread it out on the whole tray. It's kind of lumpy. You don't want it to be so, you don't want it dripping. You want, but spreadable. It has to be spreadable. I think that's the word she used in her book too. Let's see. So check it out. See, it's gloopy. Oh, remember my word gloopy? It's gloopy enough to fall off the spatula like that. Okay, but it's not spreading around on its own. Now, when I'm spreading things out on the dehydrator, I like to use an offset spatula. it spread out evenly. But look, we're just gonna spread it around. I don't know if you could see that. See, we're spreading. I held it up because I have to learn. I haven't even read the instructions yet. I was so excited that the new camera came in the mail that I pretty much ripped it open, ran out to the sunflower field, and then said, gotta make an episode. It's been so long. This is episode 80 though. I love it. This is gorgeous. I mean, it just looks like bread. It looks like whole wheat bread. It's recipes like this that can take you through tough weeks, you know, where you're just kind of struggling to be high raw and stuff. I'm talking about myself, but I know some of you can relate. Sometimes, you know, when I'm going somewhere and I want to pack a lunch, and maybe packing up a whole ton of veggies just doesn't go with the day, it would be so nice, you know, take this little almond butter. Okay, so I have the batter spread out on my Flax or Flax sheet on the dehydrator tray. This is going to go into my dehydrator at 105 degrees for 4 hours, and then I will check back in with you and let you know what the next step is. Okay, so it's been 4 hours, and I've taken the tray out of the dehydrator. So the next step is to flip the Flax sheet with the bread on it over so that it's on top of the usual mesh sheet that comes with most dehydrators. Okay, so I'm just going to flip it over, clink, and then peel it off. I love these sheets. I scrub them all the time. They're so easy to clean. Okay, so here's my bread, and obviously it's going to need to go back in, but the first thing I want to do before I put it back in the dehydrator is to score it. You can use a butter knife, a regular knife. I always use this handy dandy pizza cutter. Now, you can cut it into 9 pieces, you can cut it into 12, you know, however you like, whatever size you want. Now, last time I made it, I cut it into 9, but then the bread was kind of big. So I think I'm going to go for 12 this time. And then I can have 2 sandwiches. Because remember what we put in here. I mean, frankly, you could eat the whole tray of bread, right? Not that you're going to do that, but I'm just saying. You could. It's just 3 pieces of celery and 3 tablespoons of sunflower seeds, and then a cup and a half of flax seeds, of ground flax. Okay. Oh, I made 16. I'm rocking. And it's really a good size, actually. So that's all scored. It's going back in the dehydrator at 105 for another few hours. I'm not sure exactly. Sometimes, you know, it's really hot out today, so maybe in 2.5 hours it's ready. And other times maybe it'll take 4 hours. So I'll check back in with you later on and show you how it is and give it a taste. So I just got back home, running around. It's been another 4 hours that the bread was in the dehydrator, and it was perfect timing. So I just pulled it out, and I just have to give it a little bend on the scores that I made with the pizza cutter. And I've got my beautiful, look, it's like real bread. And it's a little bit soft and flexible, so it really feels just like the kind of bread you pull out of a loaf. And let's give it a taste. Hi, Zoe. I'm just tasting this bread I made. It's going to be great for sandwiches and dips, and I'm so excited because this is what we need. When you are craving something, oh, you're shaking my new camera. When you're craving a piece of bread and you don't want the processed junk, right? Here's an alternative. This is great. It's soft,